Well, it's about fucking time. Today was the Nintendo Direct. It was at 6 p.m. Eastern, so I'm about a couple hours after trying to get this video out to you guys. You know, I'm trying to make sure I get everything balanced out, what I'm trying to get out there. It's been a busy day, so let's just get into it. I'm going to start off by talking about what they started with, which is an announcement for paid DLC for Monster Hunter Rise. It's being called Sunbreak, I believe, and it's scheduled to release summer of 2022. Now, we don't have much information on this, except that we're going to have new quests and items and new monsters, possibly new locations, and it is paid DLC, which I'm fine with that, because this game has been pretty amazing, one of my favorite games on Switch, and they've given us a lot of free content, you know, free monsters, free quests, free items, free layered armor like the Okami armor and the Mega Man Rush armor. So they've been giving a lot of free stuff, and I appreciate what they've been doing with the crossovers. The Akuma outfit was another one that came out, which I still don't have yet, but I'm excited for this DLC. I cannot wait till summer 2022. Moving on, there's a new. I want to make something clear here. I want to make something clear. I'm not talking about everything in the direct. Just some of the main stuff I want to talk about. Of course, this video is going to be biased and it's opinionated. Just, you know, my opinion on what I thought was good and wasn't good. So moving on from there, there's a new kart racing game called I think they're pronounced Chocobos from Final Fantasy. There's a racing game based off that. I didn't really care for it. I think, you know, they're making all these kart racing games, like the Nickelodeon one, and Diddy Kong had one before, and there's this new one out here. There's another one I can't remember. Oh, Crash Bandicoot has another one. And I think people are just gonna play Mario Kart by default anyway. But this one does have a 64-player 8x8 tournament style thing. So that seems pretty interesting. They're allowing so many players to play at once. But that's releasing sometime next year, I believe. I didn't get the release date for that, unfortunately. Moving on, we have a new Kirby game coming out. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Spring 2022 release date. It looks pretty interesting. Kind of looks like a Kirby Mario Odyssey type of thing. I'm not a big Kirby fan, but it's great to see that Kirby is finally getting a brand new AAA adventure. Because the past Kirby games that we've seen on Switch have been, you know, from what I've heard, mediocre and short, and especially the free-to-play one type of thing. So it's great to see these Nintendo franchises finally coming back in the spotlight and getting, you know, their time to shine. So Kirby coming out spring of 2022. We got an announcement for Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic releasing this November. Digital only. It'll cost about $14.99 in the US according to the eShop. The weird thing about this is they are making the remastered or remake for the PS5. I believe next year is releasing, or a couple years, who knows. So if you have a PS5, you could just wait till that releases. I don't have a PS5 because that remake is a PS5 exclusive. So if you want to play it and you don't want to play it on your phone, it comes out in November for $14, and I'm kind of excited. I couldn't beat it on my phone. I just hate playing on my phone. Even when I play on my Switch, I primarily play docked anyway. So I'm excited to see this coming out, and for only $15 and not $20, not bad for a Star Wars game, and not to mention a pretty good Star Wars game at that. So moving on from there, we got Dying Light 1 and 2 releasing on Switch. Now here's the problem with that. We'll start with Dying Light Platinum Edition, which is the first game with all the DLC. That's releasing October 19th of this year. And of course there's going to be some steps taken to help it play on Switch. You know, you're going to experience most likely some sort of frame rate issues, performance issues, especially if they're adding all that DLC into the package. So I'm wondering how they're going to make that work. But hey, October 19th release, not bad. Dying Light 2 releases February 4th, 2022, and it's a cloud version. So just like the Hitman Cloud and the Control Cloud version, you need really, really great internet to make it work, and even then, it's still going to struggle. I have really great internet, I'm wired in, and it struggles with the cloud games that I tried. And it's not fair also that Japan gets Resident Evil 7 cloud, who wouldn't get Resident Evil 7 here. But like I said, they don't really work that well. I'm assuming they did it because they want to bring the game to players who don't have those other consoles, but they can't port it over, so they have to make it a cloud version. We all know cloud gaming is not where it needs to be. Stadia is pretty much failing or failed. Xbox cloud gaming is still in beta. You know, if you try yourself, it'll say on the screen before each game loads beta. I use cloud gaming from the Xbox here and there. It's not where it needs to be as of yet, but that's happening with Dying Light Part 2. So take it as is, I guess. One of the biggest announcements, and people have been referencing this over and over again, there's been a lot of rumors about it. I didn't believe it myself, but it's true. Nintendo 64 games are coming to the online service. They also added Sega Genesis games are coming to the online service. I personally don't care about Sega Genesis. I never cared about Sega, so that's not really important to me. As for Nintendo 64, one of my problems is, and I know why it's there, it has to be there, Mario 64. But we already got the 3D All-Stars, which was a limited release that has 64. So it makes me wonder why it happened that way with both the limited release as well as, having the 64 now on the online service. I guess if you didn't have the All-Stars game, you can now play 64 on your Switch now. But you still can't play Sunshine and Galaxy without the 3D All-Stars until they port GameCube and Wii games to the Switch online, which may or may not happen. They did have a couple of games they showed as well. A couple of them I'm interested in is Ocarina of Time. I've only played it on the 3DS and I didn't beat it, so I get to play it again. And Majora's Mask is going to be releasing later on down the road. What they did mention is that this new service will appear by the end of October, but it is going to be, from what I can tell, a separate price on top of what you already pay. You can keep your subscription and then add on the new N64 and Sega Genesis games to your plan, and you would just pay a bit more, I believe, for monthly or yearly. And they are going to sell a 64 controller and a Genesis controller on their website if you are a online subscriber, and it's going to be about $50 each, both wireless. So cool that they're wireless, cool to give you that retro experience with these games so you can play it the way they're meant to be played. I'm only excited about the 64 games because some of them are pretty interesting. Like you have the Mario Kart on there, you have Mario Tennis there, you have one of the Yoshi games, you got Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask is coming out there. So it's pretty cool to see that, and it is supporting 4-player local co-op, so that's pretty amazing. We could potentially see GoldenEye in the near future. I never played it. I don't think it's going to be a game that's going to work very well, but it'll be a fun experience to try either way. Let's see what else we got moving on. This was one of my favorite things to see in the Direct. The last Direct we got, the only thing good about it was the Zelda sequel, in my opinion, and everyone lost their freaking minds. I just thought the last Direct was terrible. This one was much better. Could still have room for improvement, but this one was better. Castlevania Advanced Collection. I heard about this months ago, and I was like, no way. They're not going to put this out. But they did. It has 4 games, which is Circle of the Moon, Aria of Sorrow, Harmony of Dishonest, and I think Dracula X or something like that. Which I'm not familiar with the last one. I am familiar with the first 3 that I mentioned. And not only was I surprised to see that it's coming out, but it came out today. And it's $20, and I just purchased it. It's on my Switch waiting for me to play after this video is done. The first one I played, first Castlevania game ever, was Circle of the Moon, and I loved that game. I've never beaten the other 2, and I'm really happy to see this happening. There's new features in there that they added, remapping buttons, ability to rewind when you mess up on something. So I am going to do a review on that later on. I'm going to play it and try to get into it, and I'm going to get into it either way. So I'm going to play it, do a review for you guys down the road. $20 for the collection. If you want the previous collection and you never got it, it's $5 currently on sale for the next 10 days. Maybe I'll get that as well, just check it out. That collection didn't really seem interesting to me, but $5, it goes on sale pretty often. So $5, those games, have the whole collection, why not? I have 2 more announcements that I want to talk about here. I'm saving the big one for last, of course. They did talk about more detail for the animated Mario movie coming out next December 2022. They did show the cast. I'm not familiar with the actress who's playing Princess Peach, but Chris Pratt is playing Mario. Charlie Day is playing Luigi. I'm not a big fan of Charlie Day, but people are, so there's that. Jack Black is playing Bowser. I'm excited for that. Jack Black is an amazing guy, amazing actor in terms of, you know, what he's been in and what he's done, so I'm excited to see that. We got Keegan-Michael Key, I believe he's playing Toad. I could be wrong, but I think that's who he's playing. And we got Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. Like, wow, I'm really excited to see this cast lineup. Really excited to see what they do with the movie. It is by Illumination Studios, the ones who make Despicable Me and the Minion movies. So it's going to be a great movie, you just know it. The original voice actor for Mario, I can't remember his name, but he is going to make some cameos here and there, I believe, in the movie. But I'm very interested to see how they handle these characters with their voiceovers and everything. It's going to be great. And now the final one I want to talk about. Bayonetta 3 finally not only got a somewhat of a release time, which is 2022, but there was gameplay. They showed gameplay, and I want to talk about a couple of things. Number one, her character model is different from the original teaser trailer we got. The original teaser trailer had her Part 1 design, so it's it's cool to see something new. Of course, they're going to include the first design and the second design as extra costumes to play as, but they did show some new things as well. And specifically the monsters that she summoned, I always felt like it was kind of hard to really see what they looked like and how they controlled. It just had very weird animations to them, but this one looks like it's more clear, it's more visibly appealing. You can see exactly what you're working with. They showed some really cool kaiju battles. It's kind of been a theme recently with Godzilla vs. Kong, and Monster Hunter Rise does have those kaiju battle moments where you ride on a monster and fight another one. So it's really cool to see this happen. Game looks amazing so far. It's about time. I did say some shit about the director and how he mistreats his fans and curses them out and everything, which I still stand by it. He seems like an asshole to me. That's just my opinion. But we finally got some gameplay and we got a idea of a release date, which is next year. So finally it's happening. Bayonetta 3. I can't wait. I'm very excited to see that. And that's all the main stuff that I want to talk about right now. Any other side stuff that I could mention briefly is Splatoon 3 is coming out, of course. They gave out more information on Mario Party. There was something else that was mentioned I wasn't really too into. I just can't remember what it was right now. Right, they did announce that the final Smash character will be revealed soon in a separate event with Sakurai. So he's going to announce the last character for Smash, and I think they confirmed this is the final character for the game. So if you're a Smash player, get ready for that. There is an Animal Crossing Direct coming out, I believe in October. I don't know what they're going to show there, but that's also something they announced as well. So this was a pretty packed event. There was a lot of other games they announced that I didn't really care about. Some new card game I didn't really care about, some other games I didn't care about. But this is it was a pretty big event, and I'm happy to see some of these games either releasing or already released, like the Castlevania collection. Yeah, so that's my video for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am working on a few more things. I am trying to get things out as often as I can while trying to handle other personal things, but I will see you guys next time.